LeBron James is back. Keonte George and Lauri Markkanen go off, and that Luka Doncic guy is pretty good. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The Jazz get back in the losing column against a Los Angeles Lakers team that had LeBron James return. And I have to say, the Lakers looked pretty good to me tonight. Although, you know who looked pretty good as well? The Utah Jazz. They just are playing extremely well. I kind of feel like the peak of what this Jazz team as currently constructed more or less is what we saw tonight. Now, we didn't see off the bench Kyle Filipowski, and you kind of felt his absence. But, you know, and that's interesting. I haven't thought about that too much, but I wonder if we're getting to some sort of the Jazz kind of need to decide what they want to be this season. But let's talk about the Lakers first. Obviously, it's the return of LeBron James from his sciatica. Every time I hear that injury, that it's such an old man disease. So when LeBron James is out with it, does he go, my sciatica? But anyways, LeBron James looked good. He looks like he probably got to play his way into just like game shape a little bit. He looked great though. 11 points, 12 assists, 3 rebounds. He was just kind of, you could tell he was just kind of feeling his way into the game with this one. And he just was just awesome distributing the ball, finding open teammates. He's just great. There's just no question about it. A few other things. DeAndre Ayton looked good to me. I mean, I haven't watched the Lakers a lot this year, but I have not been a DeAndre Ayton fan. But if he plays like he did tonight, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 10 for 13 from the field. I mean, pretty nice when you're getting set up by the likes of Luka Doncic and LeBron James. So pretty good situation for him. And if he just plays hard, he's got the body to be a good center, and he's got the skill set to be good. It's always been a mental thing, competitive thing with him. They've just got this Lakers team's a good team. You know, they just have they have some pretty good depth, but they just have their stars are solid, and they mesh pretty well. That's going to be the interesting thing with LeBron, is like how well do LeBron and Luka play together when they're on the court. And it kind of felt like LeBron is okay kind of sliding into that secondary role. And what's nice for the Lakers is you can have a lot of lineups where, you know, Luka's on the bench, LeBron runs the show, LeBron's on the bench, obviously Luka runs the show. So I don't know. They're a good team. Jake LaRavia was a great pickup. Late night. He's playing well for them. Marcus Smart has been good for them. You know, they may probably need to make some sort of move to just get some sort of depth. They probably are going to look at the buyout market at some point. But we'll see. All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz. And it's a late night one, guys. It might not be quite as long tonight, but we'll see. Christian House money to Haas. It's always the third quarter, pretty much. I do think that Utah was just a little outclassed by the end of the game. I mean, Luka Doncic is that good, and it's LeBron James. But you got to give credit to Keonte George and Lauri Markkanen, who played just awesome. They're playing great. And Lauri's playing so good, I don't know what to think. I mean, I have been pro-trade Lauri because he played so poorly last year, but now he's playing like prime Dirk Nowitzki. And if you can somehow keep him and add a top 3 pick from this draft, by the way, I'm getting really big on Caleb Wilson. He is leading the NCAA in dunks. He had 4 in his game tonight. He had 4 steals, 3 blocks. He looks a little like Kawhi. I would not be surprised if there starts to be some conversations about him in the top 3. I don't know. But if the Jazz could get him, I'd be ecstatic. Or any of those top 3 guys. The one that doesn't seem to fit quite as much, if the Jazz go long-term with Lauri Markkanen, is Boozer, even though Boozer is awesome. But we'll see. Make it long. I just finished lunch. You're on the other side of the world, Steve Areno. It's the middle of the night here in Utah. Well, it's actually pretty late. All right, Svi Mikhailuk. I had someone in the comments like mad that I was mad about Svi Mikhailuk. I'm still mad about Svi Mikhailuk. It makes no sense. Andy Larson tweeted it out, and I mean, I've been bellowing it from the rooftops. Like, this Jazz team needs to lose these games because if, as currently constructed, they're a team that can beat bad basketball teams. But you add one more star piece, develop Ace Bailey, this Jazz team becomes extremely good really fast, really fast. But they've got to add that piece. Losing their pick this year would be a disaster. It would really be a disaster. And so there's just a few things going on that you're just like, is the front office awake? Are you watching? Because Utah is now 5-9. It's 4 games under 500. They're on pace to lose a lot of games this year. And it makes no sense to lose enough games to win enough games to lose your pick. It just doesn't make sense. And I think a very easy solution at this point with Walker Kessler out, but well, we got to mention something about that. But trade Svi Mikhailuk. Trade him for a ham sandwich. I don't care. Trade away a second-round pick to move him. You got some second-round picks for Sexton and John Collins and these guys. Who cares? So, there are teams out there that could use him. By the way, trade him to a team. Like, can you trade him to the Clippers so they win a few more games? They could use some shooting. Trade him to the Sacramento Kings. Right? Help them win some games. Here's Sacramento. Here's Svi Mikhailuk. He'd probably help you win a couple games this year with his shooting. He's been playing really well. So it makes no sense. It keeps other players from playing. For example, tonight, Taylor Hendricks and Walter Clayton did not play. And that's not great, So I just don't understand the Svi Mikhailuk stuff. I don't get it. Cody Williams got some minutes and made some plays. By the way, Cody Williams, who is a good defensive player. Now, offensively, he's kind of a mess, but defensively, he pretty good. Worth having on the roster, at least, if you're trying to go for a defensive look. But it makes no sense. Tonight, 3 for 5 from 3, 5 for 7 from the field. Solid rotation player in the NBA. Basically. Oh, yeah, I guess you could trade Cody Williams. It sucks that the Jazz decided that tanking wasn't important that year, and they got the 10th pick. Could have got Stephon Castle or someone like that, but that wasn't important, I guess. But anyways, you could trade him, and you could lose some games for Utah, give some more young players some minutes, and help another team win. A dumb team like the Pelicans might take him, and he probably helps. Just give him some depth. We need them to win some games. So, come on, Jazz, do your job. Wake up, Austin. Wake up, Ryan. We're up here late talking. What are you doing? Do your job. Lauri Markkanen is looking like Dirk Nowitzki these days. His three-point percentage wasn't quite. It went down in the second half, but man, the first half, him and Keonte George looked just like an incredible duo. Took a lead, and it just shows that this Jazz team needs some better depth. If you could get a Caleb Wilson, who's like the best, I just love Caleb Wilson, guys. I'm telling you, he's the guy. Like, I loved Derek Queen last year, and he's looking great for the Pelicans if they could just figure out how to win. But the guy I'm falling in love with is Caleb Wilson. He's so good defensively, and he looks like Kawhi a little bit to me with the way he plays. Just there's a hint of Kawhi. You add that with this Jazz team with that defense, it's great. Oh, I mentioned it. Apparently, I got to listen to the Hoop Collective podcast. I'm going to listen to it tomorrow. So, after you listen to this, it might be worth listening to the Hoop Collective, but it's just for a little clip. They talk about the Jazz. The Walker Kessler thing with the Jazz is just they don't see eye to eye. And I don't know. I don't think Utah's really missing. I mean, I've had people try to snipe at me on Twitter, and I turned out to be right. So, they get quiet real quick. I don't think this Utah Jazz team has missed Walker Kessler all that much. I mean, some of the things he does better than Nurkic is protect the rim, but I would argue that some of the things Nurkic does has been pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably a couple points better with Walker Kessler, maybe 3-4. I don't know if that's enough to really change the game. And the amount of money, I just get these feelings with the Walker Kessler camp. Like, there was the weird stuff with the shooting thing and what the Jazz wanted him to be good at and what he wanted to be good at. And it kind of led to that terrible second year Remember, he didn't get to play with Team USA, and I think it bugged him, and he wanted to show that he could shoot threes. Well, he's been shooting threes for the Jazz this year, and it's part of why that the Jazz started off with just gangbusters. But it just feels like his perception of what he is and what the Jazz perception of what he is different. And I don't know if they're going to come to some sort of agreement. I think that based off of kind of that intel and what we're seeing from this Jazz team, Utah has one pick for next year's draft if they keep it. And I wonder if the trade prospect is Walker Kessler. I wonder if there's a team out there, that might be willing to give the Utah, like the Phoenix Suns were interested in Walker Kessler. Could the Jazz get, what's his name, Malawach for Kessler, and then have Malawach get these minutes instead of Nurkic? And Malawach is going to struggle, but it's good development for him, and he's a potential stretch big, that can defend pretty well against someone like Wembanyama. That's to me, that would be a really nice trade. And then Phoenix, who's not even playing Malawach right now, can just let Walker Kessler get better, and then he can play center next to Devin Booker. So I don't know. That's a thought. But anyways, back to Lauri Markkanen. He played fantastic in the first half, cooled off in the second. He's just playing extremely well. And this Utah Jazz team, when they are going up, if you do not play defense against this Jazz team, you are going to struggle. The Jazz are just playing so well. But Utah has to be a little proactive. This front office needs to get off its freaking butt and do its freaking job, because if you want to lose these games, then you got to be proactive. Will Hardy is playing to win, especially when he's dating Kristen Cavallari, apparently. But anyways, I saw that article and I was like, what? But anyways, they're great, and Utah's front office needs to make some moves. If they're not going to adjust lineups and things, which maybe they did tonight subtly with Filipowski, who knows? But I don't know. But anyway, speaking of Kessler and Nurkic just puts up numbers. It's pretty impressive. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. It's crazy. He puts up these numbers. And it's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I can justify paying someone like Walker Kessler $30 million when I have someone like Nurkic, who is basically going to be on a veteran minimum, if at all, next year, is putting up numbers like that. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of paying Walker Kessler big time money. I would much rather go out and, I probably should write about this, but there might be a center out there that just fits what the Jazz need, and they can go out and pay him with their cap space, right? I don't know. If you can go out and get a for sure, next year, Utah Jazz, they're going to try to win for sure. So things are going to be different. And even on this channel, it's going to be different because we're going to be talking about winning. And, I don't know. We'll see. Ace Bailey got some points in garbage time, but he had a few nice dunks. He didn't play as much tonight. He had that one step back 3 that was super nice. He's just getting better, and the more time he gets to play, I'm really glad he's starting. Yeah, he made some mistakes tonight, 4 turnovers. It's okay. We, let's see. Oh, that's Keyonte. I was like, 8 assists for Ace. No way. Only 1 rebound for Ace, which is a little surprising, but because he's been such a good rebounder, but he was a +6 in this game, although that's partly because he was not on the floor when the Jazz went on their big run in the second half. But he's playing solid, and I'm happy that he's just getting these development minutes. And he just has plays every night. That reverse layup was so impressive. And he just does things every night that just are such a wow factor. And it's going to be exciting to watch him just develop this year. It'll be exciting to watch how he kind of improves this offseason. I feel like that in between the rookie year and sophomore year is just really big for these players, because the first year you're in the league, you just really learn what you can and can't do. And you learn a lot of things you can't do that you either need to work on, or you need to build on the things you can and then start adding to your game other stuff. Obviously, handle for Ace Bailey is going to be big. But just him getting more reps and him just learning different things and adding moves. And I think one thing I would love for him to do is just drive to the basket and initiate contact to go to the free throw line, because he's shown he's a good free throw shooter. And I mean, that's next level stuff. So him handling the ball, running pick and rolls, driving the basket, initiate contact, stuff like that. I think he could just become so good. And if Utah wins this lottery, or at least keeps their pick and get, like, if they just get someone like a Nate Ament, I'm not quite sure how you say it, things get pretty exciting. So I just hope the Jazz keep their pick, because this draft is crazy good, guys. It's crazy good. And even getting like the 6th or 7th pick, you're getting like Nate Ament. It's crazy. Like Ament in like the Stefan Castle draft might have gone number 1, right? And in this one, he's going like 5, 6, or 7. It's crazy. Keonte George looks incredible. He has been playing so well this year, and he is just more and more consistently putting up big numbers. And this is against a good Lakers team, and he's just absolutely dominating. Christian House Money to Haas, 4 years and counting, best Jazz account on YouTube. Thank you so much, my man. House Money, I couldn't do it without you guys. I really couldn't. Just a reminder, like when my channel got hacked last year and all you guys stuck with it, and it was brutal. It was so brutal to have my channel hacked. And even on nights like tonight, it's almost 1 a.m, we're talking Jazz. I love this. I love talking it with you guys. Even when the Jazz, I was so depressed after that last win a few days ago, guys. Honestly, and maybe it came through in the video a little bit. I was DMing with the SLC Dunk team. I probably sounded like a crazy person, but just so depressed. But even still, I'm always going to do this. I love this channel. I love you guys. I appreciate it. So thank you, Christian, and all the members, especially the beloved All-Stars. But anyways, 34 points for Keonte George tonight, 8 assists, 2 steals. He was great. He's just turning into such a nice player. And you can just absolutely bet that whoever the Jazz draft, whether it's DeBonsa or Boozer or Wilson or Peterson or Ament or Koa Pete or whoever it is, Keonte George is going to be a part of that team. Shout out to you, Ezekiel. I appreciate you, my man, from Australia. I love it. All right, so anyways, it's just nice to see Keonte George develop, and it's a good reminder that when you see those flashes, these guys take time. I'm a little worried about Taylor Hendricks, but he's just going to take some time, and I promise you he's going to be on the Jazz for a while. He's one of those players that's worth developing. At some point, Taylor Hendricks is going to get his legs under him, and he's going to take a leap. Although it would be nice if he could play, right? Instead of Svi Mikhailuk, it would be nice. But yeah, Kevin Love came in. It's always kind of fun to watch him. He always does just something fun. I mean, tonight, not so much, and it was kind of interesting to see him on the floor with LeBron, former championship teammates, but really not a lot tonight. 0 for 2, 0 for 2. Not a lot. Kyle Anderson got 20 minutes tonight, and I'm kind of, he actually played pretty well. He does nice things. He's proving that he's just kind of a additive player. 5 assists tonight. I would very much like the Jazz to just make some trades for more picks to get their young guys more minutes. More minutes for Cody Williams, even if that means losing games. That's what it's all about. We really got to go. Oh, Christian House Money to Haas, $5. My man, House Money. You are the best. You should get more super chats in losses. Dedication. Well, I appreciate it, my man. I actually feel better in the losses because it's what I want to happen. But you are so kind and so generous. I appreciate it. Who knows? Next year, maybe the Jazz will be just so freaking good you won't even believe it. But they need to get Peterson or DeBonsa. They're my top 2 at this point from what we're seeing. I don't know if Boozer's a little hurt, but he's not getting a lot of lift near the basket. And he's looking a tiny bit like in between a center and a forward. I don't know. But I think DeBonsa and Peterson are the guys. And Peterson's played like 2 games and he's hurt. So he'll be back in like a month, I guess. I can't wait to watch more Peterson. He's just really fun. And my goodness, would that be a backcourt of Keonte George and Darren Peterson? And you have Ace Bailey at the 3, Lauri Markkanen at the 4. And if we're lucky, let's go get Malawach at the 5. I don't know. I would love that. But they might go get someone more, more. We got power forwards is the only thing. We got Taylor Hendricks. Although that's the thing is instead of like when Nurkic was like playing poorly tonight, why can't we run Taylor Hendricks at center? Why is that something we don't do? I don't get it. I feel like Taylor Hendricks could be the center of the future. I don't know why he doesn't get more run. I don't know. And when you consider how well Lauri and Ace Bailey rebound the ball, that's a pretty darn interesting front court, you know? And you can always go get more like traditional centers in either the draft or just in the free agency market for relatively cheap. They go pretty cheap. So I don't know. It'll be interesting if the Jazz get the 3 pick. That's the crazy one, because do they just pick Boozer, even though he kind of plays the same position as Lauri and not quite big enough to be a center? I don't know. It's an interesting dilemma they would have. Like maybe Caleb Wilson is just the guy, and maybe you trade back a spot, take Caleb Wilson, get some sort of pick, like, you know, something like the Hawks did with the Pelicans. That would be interesting. I'm ahead of myself though. Let's see. Kyle Anderson. Oh, what I was going to say too is watching Kyle Anderson play, we're going to see some George Niang minutes, and it's going to bug me a little bit. But it might help us lose some games. So who knows? Maybe playing George Niang is actually good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not quite sure when he comes back, but I think it's going to be probably at least another week, but then probably see him soon. I don't know what's happened to Bryce Sensabaugh, guys. Bryce Sensabaugh, 1 for 6 from the field. He just took 6 threes. He is moving the ball better when he's on the floor. Tonight he had 3 assists and 2 steals, so that's actually a good sign. His biggest skill set is the shooting, but it's not been falling. For the season, he's really struggling, and we saw this the last 2 seasons. Oh, we can do split view. Look at this. Oh, that's right. Shout out to Chrome with the new split view thing. It's pretty cool. Have you guys seen that? You can do split view in tabs. Send me some. Oh, by the way, I'm actually a Google employee with my YouTube. Google, I'm promoting Chrome. They sent me a beanie. Thank you, YouTube. 10 years of YouTube, and you gave me a beanie. So thank you. But anyways, stats from Sensei, I don't know. This year he is having 36% from 3, and it feels like he's been shooting poorly. So that tells you everything. He had a hot start. But yeah, just kind of struggling to shoot the ball lately. 1 for 6 tonight and 17 minutes. Yeah. The other player who got a lot of run tonight, and he's been playing really well lately, is Isaiah Collier. He feels just more in control. He's playing within the system, which is great. In Summer League, he was just out of control, but maybe that was the point, was for him to just try to break out of his comfort zones, and it didn't go well. So he's staying within his comfort zones with this Jazz team and doing well. He just is an assist machine. It doesn't matter. He's going to give you some assists. 6 assists tonight, 9 points. He's also, I've seen, kind of drawing fouls pretty well. It's crazy. The Jazz had 18 free throws tonight. The Lakers had 40. The Jazz had 18 free throws. Luka had 16 by himself. So the NBA is going to Lakers it up. It's just is what it is. Tale is old as time, at least my life. But anyways, got to the line. 3 free throws tonight was pretty big, because you look at Keonte George, who typically is getting between 7 and 10. 3. Kind of make it make sense, Adam Silver. Make it make sense. And finally, Cody Williams, like we mentioned him a little bit, defensive assignment, but he did not play particularly great. But he does make a few defensive plays every game, and it's always kind of fun to watch. But I don't know if he's going to be on the Jazz next year. They're going to have to decide if they want to give him a qualifying offer, or if they'll just cut him. I don't know. We'll see. It's not been super successful, but I wouldn't mind giving him more time to just see. But I just don't know if he has it. We'll see. Maybe he proves me wrong. I don't know. Guys, I think that's it for tonight. I'm tired. These Pacific start times are brutal. I can't imagine being on the East Coast. I remember living in Ohio, and the late night start times are just the worst. It's just, for those of you on the East Coast, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Because I feel like Utah Mountain Time and California Pacific Time are like the best. They're the best time zones. Because you can actually get sleep at night. Let's see. Let's see, guys. By the way, here's our... oh, we didn't do the advanced standings. Let's just do that real quick. I refreshed this. Utah's defensive rating after tonight, they dropped to 25. Not great, Bob. And then offensive rating for Utah, staying strong at 22. So that's a good sign. But this defensive rating is just in the realm of all these other bad teams, which, you know, come on, Pelicans. We need you to do better. Yeah, come on, Pelicans. My goodness. You've got to win some games. We need you to win some games. But anyways, if the lottery was tonight, Utah sits at 10. You're now seeing all these teams with 4 wins. I think Utah will eventually jump each and every one of these. So I think Utah probably, at minimum, by the end of the season is at 6. If they don't make a move, I think they need to make a move, and I think they can get into this 5 spot, and that really secures their pick. And I don't care if they pick 8. I want to at least pick at 8. If we lose the lottery again, it is what it is. That's just part of life. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. And let's just hope this is one of those times the Jazz are lucky. But let's see what happens if the lottery was today. Utah! Woo! That's crazy. I talked about the 3 pick. Utah gets the 3. They have to decide on Boozer, DeBonsa, Peterson, or Caleb Wilson. Yeah, baby! Woo! Could you imagine getting the 3 pick, guys? Love it. I love it. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars. Big shout out to Christian DeHaas tonight. Really love you guys and all your support. It means everything. Truly does. Let's give a shout out to Steve Areno, Steve Stevens. Let him cook sturdy pots. Ezekiel Raisibe, the man from down under. Tyson Price, the price is right. See ya, Lexalator. Jordan the GOAT, best roll. Ryan Edward Perry, the legend. Christian House Money to Haas, Robert Hall of Fame, I Believe in Steve, Jazz Exile, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Key for 3, the OG, it rhymes really nicely, Key for 3, and Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur. Guys, I will talk to you next